Goedenavond beiden. Ronald, je stond even naar het scherm te kijken naar die wedstrijd.
Yes, good evening to both of
Heb je nu het gevoel dat EK echt is
Ronald,
begonnen
what do you think?
en dat je er ook klaar voor bent? En dan
The
sluit je
Euro
misschien maar voor Virgil ook
2024
de
started
vraag.
now. Are you
Waarom merk je
prepared
de
for
afgelopen
the
dagen
match?
dat
And
je er klaar voor bent?
Virgil Van Dijk, are you really ready? Have you noticed that you're now in the groove?
Gisteren
I'm really
begonnen was.
happy. So
Want je
yesterday
hebt
the
altijd een
match
moment,
is
zeker als je
started. The Euro
langere tijd bij
2024
elkaar
kicked
bent,
off yesterday
dan
because if you're together
ja,
for
dan mag het
quite
wel om
some
het
days,
echtje
then
gaan.
the people
En
want to
gelukkig
start. Because
is dat morgen
that's
zover.
our purpose. That's why we're here. And tomorrow we're going to start.
Ja, nee, ja, precies hetzelfde eigenlijk. Heel makkelijk.
So the same goes for me.
Gekeken met
What can I say
bijna
more
iedereen
about
in de
it? So
selectie,
of course,
de openingswedstrijd natuurlijk gisteren. En dat,
so
dan
we
kregen we
watched the
natuurlijk
opening
toch
match
wel
yesterday with all the
om ook zelf te
players.
gaan beginnen.
And of course,
morgen is het
now
eindelijk
it's
zover,
time
dus we
for us
hebben
to start.
overzien.
And tomorrow we can start, and we're really eager to
Ik stel
start.
maar meteen 2 vragen, dat is
So,
makkelijkst.
2
Virgil,
questions
vraag aan jou. Ik
now
heb
at the
gehoord
same
dat
time.
het veld
Virgil,
redelijk
for you.
slecht is.
I've
Hoe
heard
slecht is dat
that
en hoe
the
beïnvloedt
pitch
dat
is
jullie spel? En
not a good
vraag aan
quality.
Ronald, wat je
Does have
morgen
an
bovenal
impact
natuurlijk wil
on
is de
your
winst en 3 punten. Maar
play.
wat wil je ook vooral
And
uitstralen met deze ploeg
Ronald,
morgen?
what do you want to show with this
Ja, of het heel
team?
slecht is,
Of course you want to
natuurlijk op dit
win.
moment nog
Now, I
niet,
don't know
maar
if
het
the
lijkt
quality is
erop alsof
that
het
bad
een
at the
beetje hetzelfde
pitch,
is als
but
toen
apparently
in
it's
Frankfurt tegen Duitsland
similar
speelde, dat het waarschijnlijk heel snel los zal
as in
zal
Frankfurt when we
komen.
played
En
Germany.
dat is natuurlijk wel
So
balen, maar
it's,
goed,
it's
beide
not
elftallen moeten
very
daarmee
good, but
dealen en
that's,
dat
of course
zullen we doen.
both squads have to face the bad
Natuurlijk is
quality of the
de
pitch.
eerste wedstrijd
And
in
of
de pool
course,
is
the
altijd
first match is very important.
belangrijk om goed te starten.
We have to
En het
start very
allerbelangrijkste
well.
is dat je
And the
wint.
most important thing is, of course,
En
that
als
we
dat
win.
kan
And
op
if we are
basis van
able
wat
to
we willen,
beat the opponent,
dan is het alleen maar mooier. Dat
the
zal alleen maar
basis
meer
of our
vertrouwen
goals,
geven. Maar
then the
ja, nu
better,
begint het
because
toernooi
that
en
instills
dan is het
self-confidence
gewoon wel heel
into
belangrijk
the
dat
players.
je
Since
goed
the start of the
resultaat haalt.
tournament, it's important that we get a very good performance here.
Hi, it's for the coach. Hi, Ronald. I'm Andre Rubio for Spanish TV, Spanish television. How important could be the absence of Frenkie de Jong for tomorrow?
We know that we will miss him, but that decision we took it last week, and it's not good to talk anymore about this because he's not here, and the team is good. The team is full of confidence, and we will do it with a really good selection, and looking forward to start the tournament tomorrow.
Goedenavond, Ronald. Jochem Lipman van het ANP.
Yes,
Brian Brobby
good
trainde niet mee.
evening, Ronald. Brian
Mogen
Brobby
we de
did
conclusie
not
trekken dat hij er morgen
participate
ook
in
niet
the
bij is?
training.
En heb
So
je een
will
update
he play tomorrow
over zijn
or not?
toestand, wanneer
I
hij
don't think
misschien wel
so.
weer bij kan hebben?
Could you give me an update as
Maar
to
de
when he is
blessure
able
valt
to
mee.
start
Hij heeft er
to
zelf
play?
iets
Now
over
the
gezegd.
injury
Het
is
een
not
lichte
too
verrekking.
bad, and it's
Morgen zal hij niet beschikbaar zijn, maar
strained.
we verwachten dat
Part
dat
of his body.
volgende
He will not be
week
available
in de tweede
tomorrow,
wedstrijd wel zo
but
is.
next week in the second match he'll be able to play.
Ja, dat hij dan beschikbaar is, ja.
Yes, then he will be available.
Gary from BBC. 2 questions to Virgil. First off, how exciting a talent is Xavi Simons going into this tournament? And secondly, when you see all the Dutch fans taking over cities at tournaments, marching to the grounds, how much does that give confidence to the players?
Well, first of all, about Xavi, I think he's a very talented player who still has so much to give. I think he can still be so much better than what he is already, and has a good mentality. So I'm not sure. I'm not worried that won't happen. But yeah, it will be a big tournament for him. But I'm confident in him. Secondly, obviously the fans are massive. I think, we don't take that for granted. We really need our fans to be behind us and to support us, to come with us in the good and maybe not as good days. Obviously, the World Cup in Qatar, for many reasons, there weren't as many as we hopefully expect tomorrow. But, we really need them, and we appreciate all of them. And I've mentioned it before, we need to be together as one. We need to be not only as the 11 players on the pitch, not only the players that will come on, but we have to be unity within the whole country. And if we want to achieve something special this tournament, then that's what we aim for. And everyone has to chip in to achieve that.
Vraag voor de coach en kaptein. In English, if you don't mind. If Lewandowski not playing tomorrow, maybe, did it change a lot your planning, both in terms of your tactics, coach, and maybe your approach on the pitch, Virgil?
Maybe it will change a little bit because each individual player has his own qualities. We know about Lewandowski, his qualities, his strengths. But okay, that's. But normally they will play with 2 strikers. If he is not starting, then we'll start another player who can give problems to the opponent. And we are analyzing all their strikers, what they can put in the first 11.
Next question.
Ronald, het zou kunnen dat je morgen met een middenveld speelt.
Ronald, maybe tomorrow you've got...
kan je daarmee een EK winnen?
Are you able to win after 24 international matches? Yes, of course. I'm able to play with the 24 players. So maybe you have to play with all of them. But experience is important as well, because you have many players and you want to play with all of them. But what about experience? Experience you get when you play friendly matches as well. And in my opinion, if they're ready, then I always put them in the lineup. So thank you.
Goedenavond, Ronald Virgil.
Good evening, Ronald.
Jij als
Virgil.
bovenmeester van de Hollandse school heeft het in dat filmpje had je het over een vonkje. Dat moet overstaan. Over welk vonkje heb je het?
In the video about the spark. Everybody has to be sparked
het vonkje.
By the fire. There's a fire. Everybody has to be on fire. Yes, of course. Yes, you're really speaking about the Dutch school always. Yes, of course. Yes. No, so the performance not important. Yes, of course. Yes, we have a Dutch school as well. Okay, of course. It's an important campaign, and we had this campaign on TV. So we speak about sparks.
Ik heb het gevoel dat het vonkje al aan is vanaf dag 1 dat we bij elkaar zijn.
In all the players, and we're all enthusiastic from day one. We have had a real good preparation, but that's just a small part of the job. And now we've got to start to show what we are able to do. We have to perform. We have to outperform the opponent, and then we will excel. And you will also be very happy, of course. Yesterday, Dumfries said the young players do have also to correct the players who have been here for years. So the players with more experience, are they open to opinions from the young players? Of course, that's what we already said. Regardless of how many matches you've played, everybody is able to speak up. And we have to listen to everybody. We have to be open-minded. And that's what's at stake. Because we have the same purpose. We want to win the matches. We want to beat all the opponents. We want to win the tournament. And we need to have criticism, constructive criticism. And everybody will be able to speak up.
Niet echt. Ik denk dat het... wat we al vaker hebben aangegeven, dat het gewoon een hele goede groep is. En,
we have a very good squad now, so atmosphere is good. And we are able to utter criticism to players because of all the same purpose. So that's important. We're all able to do that.
Eine Frage auf Deutsch für die Sportschau. Xavi Simons ist gerade ein großes Thema in Deutschland, wegen seiner Leistung in Leipzig, weil er vielleicht zu Bayern wechselt auch.
Germany, he might be moving over to Germany. A question to the coach. What makes him strong and what can he learn? And how do you plan with him in this tournament?
Een van de grootste talenten die we
I think one of the
op dit moment in Nederland
highly talented players we've got in the Netherlands, of course. When he was young, he already was able to play. He was always in initial lineup. He's developed himself. He was a young player, and of course, there's always ups and downs when these young players are playing well.
We hebben alle vertrouwen in dat hij een heel goed toernooi gaat spelen.
Confident in him. He will play very well. He will perform in this international tournament. He's imaginative. He's pace. Of course, sometimes I made a remark. I stated, but of course, that's what you always can experience with young players.
Met
He's
ontwikkeling bedoel ik ook, met ervaring bedoel ik ook
dat hij
weet wanneer dat wel kan en wanneer dat niet kan.
And he knows when he can take the initiative and when not. We're super happy we're able that we have a person, a player of this level. He's played very often. He will be the future for the Dutch team in the future as well.
Goedenavond, Riepke Bakker van
Good evening.
Voor de bondscoach, het is in het Volksparkstadion. Morgen met uw broer in de dugout. Ik begreep ook dat uw moeder morgen op de tribune zit in het stadion.
Your mother and your brother will also be in the stadium. Yes, it's also her birthday. Yes, by the way. So what does it mean for you that you're all there? Yes, that's what I've been asked before as well, of course. We are playing in Hamburg, of course. But I still remember that I was also, yes, think of the memories of the past. It's the same stadium as about 30 years ago. And then in 1880, there was also an area for running. The stadium was not very nice in the past, but now it's better. But I have still my memories from the past when we played very well.
Next question, please.
Hey Virgil, Felix Schroeder, Deutsche Presseagentur. You mentioned that you watched the game yesterday. What was your impression of the German football team? And did you feel with your teammate Andrew Robertson?
Yeah, I think Germany made a very good impression. I think obviously we played against them in the last international break, and I think certain players can make the difference, and yesterday that was definitely the case. I think also the red card obviously didn't help Scotland, but you know, Germany is in a very good way at the moment, and the standard of what they're playing is very high, and you know, obviously it's only the start of the season, and you know, I think Robbo in this case who you speak about, I think he will be fine. Obviously he's the captain there, and it's never easy to deal with certain situations like that, but I am very confident that he will be fine and lead the Scottish nation to better days.
Thank you. Next question, third row in the center.
Hello, Baptiste from Bécard from the French news agency AFP. Would you include yourself among favorites of the tournament, along with England, Germany, and France, for example?
It's for me. No, you have really strong nations. I think Holland is one of them. But it's not, in my opinion, there is not a big favorite. Maybe the French team a little bit more than the rest, because they have a lot of experience. They won already big tournaments. But I think it will be an open fight between different nations, and one of them is Holland.
Yeah, no, I think there's obviously very good teams around. Obviously France, Germany, like we spoke about before, Portugal, England. So, but I think at a tournament, it's you know, it could be totally different. You know, there's so many other things, so many other aspects that play a part as well, and hopefully we can be at our best and be up there, and that's the aim, and that's what we're gonna fight for.
Ja, Virgil, Maarten Wijfels van het Algemeen Dagblad. Er is nu een nieuwe regel, hè, dat alleen de aanvoerder met de...
So there's now a new rule. Only the captain is allowed to speak with the referee, and that's what we saw yesterday as well with the penalty. Yesterday with Germany. What does it mean? Do you always want to speak with the referee if something happens in the forward, in the opponent's area? Because you're playing the back. No, of course. I'm always speaking with a referee, so there's no change for me. But of course, I've also taken into account my co-players. They should not be involved in talking with the referees. I will take it into account. We've had a meeting, we addressed this topic, and everybody got it. We know what the current rules are. So now we have to be smart. And of course, and besides this, there are not a lot of changes for me.
Next question. First row here.
Ronald, nog even terug, Willem Vissers van de Volkskrant.
Ronald, nog even terug naar 88. Je zei dat het belangrijk is
to go
om
back
morgen die eerste wedstrijd te winnen. Toen
88 in Los Angeles. You said that it's important that you will win the first match. But in 1988 you did not win the first match. So are you able to face the stress now? Because you really have to win the first match. It was difficult. Because, but about more than 30 years ago we lost the first match in 1988. And then the second match was very important. We had to play England, and it was a very strong country. It was a favorite at that point of time, but I don't remember exactly how we faced the stress at that point of time. Because the first match, yes, maybe we performed better against Russia in the first match than in the finals against Russia. So that's kind of weird, but that's what happened. Because I did not. I don't think we played badly in the first match, but however, the result was bad. And then the situations were getting very important. We were not able to play badly, and we were lucky we were able to win all the other matches in 88.
Next question, here please, second row in the center.
Nou, ik zit er even na te denken. Het veld is dan inderdaad misschien niet zo geweldig, maar je traint niet hier.
So the pitch is not really good, but you're not training here. There's no. You will not walk here and run a bit. Why not? Because we wanted to do differently. We did want to do the last training in Wolfsburg, our base camp, because we were able to prepare ourselves better there than training here in the stadium. But we're not allowed to train here either.
Vanwege het veld.
Because of the bad quality of the pitch.
All right, the last question, 2 questions in the room. Here.
Nee, ook Polen heeft hier niet getraind.
Poland was also not allowed to train here, so...
Ronald, Robbie noemt Memphis een van de leiders zonder band.
Robbie states that Memphis also wanted to lead it. Why is he not one of the captains? Well, that's up to you. I do not come up with a response. I do not want to convince anybody that he is important. So I don't want to respond to this question.
All right, now let's move to the remote questions. Go ahead.
Already in this qualification for qualifying Euros, we had injuries all the time, and but it's not about 1 or 2 players. I think the squad is really strong. We can survive good positions with other players. They have the experience. It's a big group of players with a lot of qualities and experience, with young people in the team. And it's not the way how you have to prepare the team when you have players injured, because you can't play with them and you need all your attention to the rest of the team.
Thank you very much. This is it in terms of questions.